And we're going to go right to our welcome and remarks by Lisa Knauf Owen, the National Watershed Coalition Chair. Lisa, I think we're welcoming the largest group of participants in a National Watershed Coalition meeting ever. So Lisa, for our welcome, please.
Thank you, Ray, and thanks everyone for joining us over these next couple of days. We have a great lineup of presentations that I am looking forward to with sharing with all of you, and look forward to hearing from many of you through the Q&A box. So it's my pleasure today to give you a report of National Watershed Coalition activities over the past year. We all continue to work hard to meet the challenges of conservation and natural resource management, as well as those challenges that the pandemic has brought us. Whether it's your interest in the Watershed program or your involvement with conservation and water resource management issues that brought you here, I'm pleased to be able to share some of the thoughts and activities that are the focus of the National Watershed Coalition as we move through difficult times. So our biennial conference obviously has gone virtual. It was with much regret that we canceled our in-person Spokane meeting. The meeting location and COVID situation at that time just proved very troublesome for us, as our registration was declining as COVID numbers for the area had soared. As the situation began to impact our presenter lineup, we felt that it was time to salvage our agenda and reach a greater audience by making the transition to 100% virtual meeting. Our registration numbers are proof positive that it was the right decision to go virtual. So allow me a minute to introduce the officer team for the National Watershed Coalition. I'm your current chair. I work for the Oklahoma Conservation Commission. Our vice chair is Tina Hendon, and she's from the Houston, Texas area. Rex Isom is our immediate past chair, also from Texas. Barb, and I apologize ahead of time, Oltgen, I don't believe I said that correctly, from Kansas, is our secretary treasurer. And then Dr. Dan Siebert, executive director, where the national headquarters for NWC here in Pawnee, Oklahoma. So first of those, for those of you who are new to the National Watershed Coalition, let me tell you just a little bit about the organization. First, we provide assistance and consultation to our members, watershed project sponsors, our partner organizations, and to our friends at USDA and NRCS. Our staff, along with the tremendous resource our members represent, are always just a phone call or email away. We may not always know the answer may not be easy, but we're always willing to engage and give out your needs our very best effort. Second, on request, we provide information and serve as a source of educational expertise on matters related to the USDA NRCS Watershed Program. Over the last 24 months, one of our most frequent requesters for watershed education and information has been the U.S. Congress. This work is a gratitude builder for us as congressional staff and members call, quote, and download information from our website. And then third area is where the NWC staff and membership spend time and resources is with our partners through a cooperative contributions agreement. Under the agreement, we pursue a number of activities that are beneficial to USDA, NRCS, and watershed sponsors across the country. Whether it's producing educational materials or providing webinar and on-site training, we're proud of the work that we've done and realize we've been able to shift some of that when the pandemic hit. Today, I want to mention some specific events and activities that we've been involved with over the past year. We've learned how to Zoom a lot over the last year. We've held 8 different webinars that have reached over 1,500 people. If you didn't get a chance to see some of those, they're available on the National Watershed Coalition's YouTube channel, and I encourage you to check that out. We also had opportunity to meet virtually with Kentucky and their partners, as well as the Indiana Dam Safety Conference. We were able to do that. Oh, so let's talk just briefly about the federal funding. There we go. It's getting a little glitchy on me here. And I keep touching the button too fast, I guess. Let me back up, right? Why is...
I'll back you up, Lisa.
Thank you. So our current federal funding outlook, we continue to work on securing adequate funding for the USDA Watershed program. We do this by keeping the needs of project sponsors in front of both USDA and the Congress. Our congressional efforts revolve around responding to requests, as I mentioned earlier, and telling about the needs, as well as the specific inquiries concerning how various aspects of the program actually work. Currently, the program has a reasonably healthy funding outlook. We were able to help convince Congress to put permanent funding base under the program through the last Farm Bill, and it provides $50 million annually. And our hope is that these funds will help rebalance the program going forward and moderate that feast or famine nature of funding cycles from the recent past. Also, as you may be aware, the bipartisan infrastructure bill passed with $918 million for the watershed program work, 500 of that for operations, 118 for rehab, and 300 million for EWP. Last but not least, we're pleased to see a watershed funding request return to the president's budget after having been missing for several previous cycles. That's always nice because in recent past, president's budget has been declared dead on arrival to Congress, but this year it contained watershed program numbers consistent with those bipartisan numbers already circulated in Congress. So the short version is, if things stay on course, we should soon top $1 billion in federal funding available for the watershed program work that we all need to do. Is there a downside? Not really, but the competition for the funding and the interest in the watershed program is increasing. And there are some very sophisticated, groups out there that are already making a play for those funds. And so the traditional project sponsors, we are going to need to sharpen our focus and get our houses in order so that we can be as competitive and realize the benefits that increasing funding will bring. So another exciting thing going forward is that we have a new website coming soon. Please do visit the website. We're in the process of updating the look and the software behind it. Among the changes will be the opportunity to pay dues or register and pay for trainings and other meetings. There are a number of new fact sheets, watershed projects on the website for you to review. And as always, if you have specific needs or questions, we are always just a phone call, email, or Zoom meeting away. As always, if any of you have ever had a conversation or listened to Dr. Dan Siebert, who you'll hear just in a minute, he's always asking you to like us on Facebook. That does help our self-esteem, but it also gets you in the know with all of our programs and relevant information from our sponsors and the projects and programs. Speaking of membership, it's groups like this that we like to always ask. If you like what you're seeing here, if you enjoy what you experience over the next couple of days, this doesn't happen in a vacuum. We have to have membership to be able to continue the hard work that the Watershed Coalition does. We're one of the best bangs for your buck at $25 a year for an individual membership. And then there's also organizational and steering committee members as well, that if you are interested in becoming a member of the National Watershed Coalition, drop myself or Dan an email and we will get information to you about how to join the organization. I know we will continue to see the results of our efforts to inform and educate, as well as the value of the information produced by the coalition grow in importance in coming months. Beginning with the 2014 Farm Bill and continuing forward to the most recent appropriation cycles, we have seen the NWC educational groundwork laid over the last few years, and that has yielded increasingly positive results. These results make for a healthier NRCS watershed partner, which improves the delivery of the program, which in turn delivers more benefits. Healthy project sponsors and healthy federal partners is the key combination for successful watershed work. Last but certainly not least, our members are our most important resource. Again, I would encourage you and invite you to join us and renew your membership. NWC is looking forward to another productive and busy year. Our country and our organizations face many natural resource and conservation challenges, and it's my hope that NWC has made and will make a difference. We hope that you find the virtual conference a good use of your time over the next 2 afternoons. Thank you for joining us, and I'll turn it back to Ray.